How to speak English naturally. Speaking English naturally is a goal many learners aspire to achieve. But what does speaking naturally really mean? It's not just about stringing words together correctly. It's about sounding like you belong in the conversation, like the language flows easily from you, and that you can communicate effortlessly with others. This chapter will explore detailed strategies and techniques to help you speak English more naturally, break free from stiff, textbook-like speech, and start sounding more confident and comfortable in conversations. 1. Start by listening actively to native speakers. One of the most effective ways to speak naturally in English is to listen to how native speakers communicate. By actively listening to real-life conversations, whether in movies, TV shows, or podcasts, you begin to absorb the rhythms, tones, and casual language that native speakers use. It's like learning the melody of a song before you sing it yourself. Here's how to dive in. Movies and TV shows. Watching films or series in English, especially ones with real-life scenarios or talk shows, will expose you to informal, everyday language. Shows like Friends or The Office are great examples because they reflect natural conversations and humor. Notice how the characters often use slang, contractions, and phrasal verbs. For example, in casual conversations, you'll often hear phrases like, "I'll get it" instead of "I will get it," or "What's up" instead of "How are you?" Podcasts and YouTube. Many podcasts and YouTube channels focus on real-life topics like news, interviews, or casual chats. These are great for hearing natural English because they are not scripted, and the speakers use conversational tone, pauses, and slang. Try listening to podcasts on topics that interest you. As you listen, notice how the speakers use everyday expressions and idioms to communicate. Songs and music. Music is another fantastic tool for improving your natural English. Lyrics often contain expressions, phrasal verbs, and colloquial language that will help you become more comfortable with informal speech. Pay attention to the lyrics and try to sing along to improve your rhythm, pronunciation, and fluency. Action tip: start with short clips and repeat what you hear. Try mimicking not just the words, but the tone, rhythm, and speed. This will help you get comfortable with English patterns. 2. Master common phrases and idiomatic expressions. English is full of expressions that can make you sound more fluent and natural. These include idioms, fixed expressions that don't necessarily make sense when translated literally, slang, and phrasal verbs. Native speakers use these all the time, and understanding them will make you sound like you've been speaking English for years. Phrasal verbs. These are verbs combined with prepositions or adverbs that often have unique meanings. For example, give up means to quit. Look up means to search for something. Break down means to stop working. Native speakers use phrasal verbs every day, and they're often much more common than their formal alternatives. For instance, give up is far more casual and frequently used than quit. Idioms. Idiomatic expressions can be tricky to understand because their meaning is not literal. For example, hit the nail on the head means to be exactly right. Under the weather means feeling sick. Break the ice means to make people feel comfortable. Learning idioms is like learning a secret code. Once you understand them, You'll sound much more natural in conversation. Slang and informal language. Native speakers use informal language all the time in casual settings. Words like gonna instead of going to, or wanna instead of want to, are common. For example, I'm gonna go now. I'm going to go now. I want to eat pizza. I want to eat pizza. These contractions make speech faster and easier, and they help you sound more fluid and natural. Action tip. Focus on learning 5 to 10 new idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs each week, and then try to incorporate them into your conversations. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. 3. Improve your pronunciation and intonation. Pronunciation is a key part of speaking English naturally. While grammar and vocabulary are important, how you say the words can affect how well others understand you and how natural you sound. Here's what to focus on. Vowel sounds. English has many vowel sounds that may not exist in your native language, and these can change the meaning of words. For instance, the difference between beat and bit or ship and sheep comes down to vowel sounds. Practice listening to these differences and try mimicking the sounds. Word stress. English is a stress-timed language, which means some syllables in a word or sentence are stressed more than others. For example, in the word photographer, the stress is on the second syllable, photographer. When speaking naturally, stress the important words in a sentence while de-emphasizing less important ones. This will make your speech sound more fluid and native-like. Connected speech. Native speakers don't pronounce every word clearly in isolation. Instead, they often connect words together. For example, I want to go becomes I want to go. Can you give me a hand becomes can you give me a hand? Learning connected speech will help you sound less choppy and more fluid when speaking. Action tip. Practice shadowing. This means listening to short clips of native speech and repeating them exactly as you hear them. Pay attention to stress, rhythm, and connected speech. 4. Don't fear making mistakes. Learn from them. One of the biggest obstacles to sounding natural in English is fear of making mistakes. This fear can hold you back from speaking freely and fluidly. But here's the truth. Mistakes are a normal part of the learning process. Even native speakers make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. When you make a mistake, take note of it and use it as an opportunity to improve. Maybe you used the wrong word or misunderstood an expression. That's okay. The more you make mistakes and learn from them, the more you'll grow. Be confident. Confidence is key when speaking any language. Native speakers don't always worry about being perfect in their speech, so neither should you. Focus on getting your message across and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Action tip. Practice speaking as much as possible, even if you feel nervous. The more you speak, the easier it becomes to make mistakes and learn from them. 5. Practice speaking with native speakers. To truly master natural English, you need to practice speaking with native speakers. This is where you can get real-time feedback and practice using everything you've learned. There are a few great ways to do this. Language exchange. Find a partner who speaks English and is learning your native language. You can help each other, taking turns practicing each language. There are many apps, websites, and local meetups for language exchanges, such as Tandem or HelloTalk. Conversation groups. Many cities offer informal conversation groups where learners can practice English together. This is an easy, low-pressure way to speak with others in a friendly setting. Online tutors. If you want structured feedback, hiring a tutor can be a great investment. Many tutors focus on helping learners speak more naturally by providing targeted exercises and helping you fix common errors. Action tip. Set up weekly or bi-weekly conversations with a native speaker or a tutor. Even short, 15 to 20-minute conversations can make a big difference. 6. Slow down and focus on clarity. While you might think speaking faster makes you sound more fluent, this can actually make it harder for others to understand you. Speaking slowly and clearly will help your message come across more naturally. Here's how to manage this. Take your time. Don't feel the pressure to rush when you speak. Native speakers often pause and take their time to find the right words. You don't need to speak at a breakneck pace. Slow down. Take pauses when needed, and think about what you want to say before you say it. Emphasize keywords. In English, the meaning of a sentence often relies on stress. Make sure to emphasize the key words in your sentences, such as the main verbs and nouns, so your message is clear. Action tip. Record yourself speaking and listen to how you sound. Are you speaking too quickly or too slowly? Aim for a comfortable pace that sounds clear. 7. Stay relaxed and have fun. Lastly, to speak English naturally, it's important to stay relaxed and enjoy the process. Language learning can be challenging, but it should also be fun. When you feel at ease, your speech will flow more naturally. Enjoy the journey. Don't focus only on the end result. Embrace the small victories along the way, such as understanding an idiom you didn't know before or holding a conversation without translating in your head. Be yourself. Don't try to force yourself to speak like someone else. Use your unique voice and personality. Being authentic will make your conversations feel more genuine and enjoyable. Action tip. Celebrate your progress. Whether it's having a smooth conversation or learning a new phrase, take time to acknowledge your improvements. Conclusion. Speaking English naturally takes time, but with consistent practice, listening, and confidence, you'll get there. Start by focusing on listening to native speakers, mastering common phrases and idioms, improving your pronunciation, and practicing as much as possible. Don't worry about making mistakes. It's all part of the journey, and most importantly, have fun with it. Language is a tool for connection, and the more you practice, the more you'll enjoy the experience of expressing yourself in English. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and soon you'll find yourself speaking English with ease and confidence.